1310 WIBA and Ask the Experts with Wisconsin Capital Management online, wiscap.com. That's WISCAP.com. Speaking of the website, if you have a question, you can always get one submitted right online. If you head on over to wiscap.com, whether you're on your phone or your computer, you can actually submit a question for the guys online. You can also schedule a no-pressure conversation. Just click that schedule a consultation bubble right on the website, wiscap.com. Real easy to do. I really hope you get a chance to do that today. Again, even if it's something as simple as, hey, I heard you guys talking about something. I was curious to get more information. Guys would love to help you out. They are a fantastic resource. Speaking of the guys, we've got Tom Plumb and Nathan Plumb. Tom is a chartered financial analyst. Nathan is a certified trust financial advisor with an executive MBA. Both comes to us from Wisconsin Capital Management. Tom, how you doing this morning?
Doing just great, Sean. It's a beautiful day in Wisconsin, and hoping that the fall continues to show great color and a great climate.
Yeah, it's been comfortable for fall. We're not. I don't think we can complain much. And Nathan, great weather. It's funny. Over the weekend, my son was playing in a soccer tournament. I know you're a big soccer guy. This is good soccer weather, isn't it?
Oh, it's absolutely perfect. You could run all day, no matter if it's soccer or just running or jogging or just walking around the block.
It is perfect weather for all that. And we've got, speaking of kind of getting out and doing things, and one of the things I like to do is I'll get out and I got a little grabber stick and I'll do a little cleanup around town here and taking care of things and making things look better and work better. We're going to be talking this week about cleaning up those old 401k's, and they can be quite a problem, can't they, Nathan?
Yeah, it's something that actually surprisingly comes up as an issue when we work with people. So a lot of people, when they start their careers, they have different jobs. They, take 4 or 5 jobs before they actually end up being kind of settling and working somewhere for a while. And, they kind of forget that they have these old 401k's somewhere. It's like, it's a part of my distant past. It's kind of to them, it's usually a de minimis amount of money. And, they just kind of, out of sight, out of mind, causes a little bit of stress, but they're like, well, I really don't know how to deal with it. And it just, nothing happens.
What's interesting about that, Nathan, too, is, you think about it, people say, well, what's the harm in it? There's quite a bit that folks may be overlooking, and it doesn't have to even be a substantial amount of money. If it's not being properly managed or taken care of, it can actually get a bit. Not only can you lose, but there's some costs there as well, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. So, you could have it kind of poorly invested. So this is a retirement account. So some people have it in cash or these stable value funds, and that's really inappropriate for some investing in the retirement, probably no matter what age you are. But the real shocker that we find is either people don't put beneficiaries on their account. And just to back up, so when you open up a retirement account, you get to name your beneficiaries. So when you pass away, the money goes directly to the people that you have named. It supersedes a will or anything else that you have. And probably 1 out of 10, people that we come across looking this stuff, they often find that, oops, I have an ex-spouse on there, which A is one they didn't know about. 2, probably the current spouse wouldn't be very happy about. And, it just, it's just like, okay, let's get this house in order and get this straightened up for you.
And Tom, that's not all that rare, is it?
No, it certainly isn't. And Sean, it's not just retirement accounts, but as Nate was pointing out, when you designate a beneficiary, that's the predetermined who's going to receive that. Your will, your trust, anything else you've done does not supersede that beneficiary designation. So it's very important that they're reviewed periodically, make sure that they're in line with what your goals are and with your other documents that you might have for your estate plan.
Am I right in understanding it even supersedes your will?
Definitely. It supersedes your will. Your will may say, I want my retirement assets all to go to my spouse or my children. But if a different beneficiary is named, that beneficiary just shows the death certificate, and it becomes their assets.
Oh, wow. We talk about the opportunity to start that conversation at wiscap.com. That's WISCAP.com. This is definitely one you may have questions about, definitely one you're going to want to look into. Great day to set up that appointment, start that conversation, schedule it right online. Just head over to wiscap.com. That's WISCAP.com. Talking this morning with Nathan and Tom Plumb of Wisconsin Capital Management. And Nathan, something called the Marie Kondo Show, something you're familiar with. Let's talk a little bit about that show and the analogy there that folks need to be aware of.
Yeah, it's fall now, and I was out like raking leaves and just doing some, fall maintenance stuff that everyone does this time of year. And I was kind of reminded of a TV show that was really popular during the pandemic. It was called the Maria Kondo Show.
Mm.
So in this show, this Japanese lady goes into people's homes and essentially goes through all the things with them. Really kind of gets through that initial inertia because they just look at it and it's so cluttering that people don't even know where to start. And she goes through each item with them and gives them an assignment. Says to each thing, does this spark joy? And if it doesn't spark joy, they say get rid of it. So back when this premiered in 2019 in Netflix, there was something called the Maria Kondo effect, where there's this huge surge to donations to thrift stores in the San Francisco area after initial show came out. So, and I believe it's still going on now in some other, it's like tidying up with Maria Kondo or something like that. But yeah, it's a Netflix show. So, it just, there's something really, it does something psychologically when you have things kind of in order. And so I feel that is a good analogy for cleaning up these old 401k's.
That's a really good one. As soon as you start talking about it, I said, I do remember watching that show. I think a lot of folks this morning are nodding along on the radio going, I know exactly what Nathan is talking about this morning. Talking with Nathan and Tom Plumb of Wisconsin Capital Management, online, wiscap.com. That's WISCAP.com, wiscap.com. And Tom, you think about decluttering and kind of simplifying things. It's like a big weight lifted off folks' shoulder, isn't it, Tom?
Yeah, it does remind me of a story about having a book about decluttering and if something doesn't bring you joy, to get rid of it. And I had that book, and so I threw that book out.
Well stated. That simplifies things as well. I always use with my son. I always have to remind him that and Nate, when you were talking about kind of almost feeling overwhelmed, I always tell my son about things like projects and other things you got to take care of. I always tell him, I said, motivation doesn't come at the beginning. Motivation comes after you start. And sometimes just taking that first step. And as we talk about old 401k's this morning, taking that first step, heading on over to wiscap.com. That's WISCAP.com. Starting that conversation, putting together a plan of action. It's a great day to do just that. Again, just head on over to wiscap.com. You can schedule no pressure conversation right from the website. You can also schedule or ask a question right from the website. You'll see a little bubble on the bottom that says schedule a consultation. That's where you do just that. And as we talk about old 401k's, the benefits is psychological. Like a lot of us think of course, the emotional and the financial benefit, but there's also, Tom, a psychological benefit to this stuff as well, isn't there?
Oh, definitely. We've had many clients over the years who decided they wanted to keep some of their money separate from the client portfolios that they would have with us. And as time goes by, they want to start to declutter, to not have their minds just torn apart by all these different things they're supposed to keep track of.
Mm-hmm.
And they like to find a financial advisor that they concentrate their assets with, because they felt over time to build the confidence and trust in that person. So it really does help peace of mind knowing that somebody you know cares about you, is competent, professional, does have fiduciary goals in mind, that they're working for you and they're helping you put together these things. Because not only can they just be a distraction and add to your expenses and things like that, but they also might have significant overlap and not actually accomplish what you want to in your overall financial goals. So it really is a nice thing once you've taken time, felt comfortable with your financial advisor to start to think, I could consolidate this, I can reduce some of my worries, some of my concerns, and some of the paperwork that I have to do on a daily basis or monthly or annually, whatever. But it's psychologically, it really is a good point to start to think about how I can just consolidate some of these things and have them work for me.
Talking this morning with Tom Plumb, Chartered Financial Analyst, and Nathan Plumb, Certified Trust Financial Advisor with an Executive MBA. Of course, Nate and Tom come to us from Wisconsin Capital Management. The website, wiscap.com. That's WISCAP.com. Talking the next segment about how Nate and Tom and everyone at Wisconsin Capital Management can help you. But real quick, Nate, before we wrap up this segment, we don't often think of working with a financial planner or a financial advisor to help us get better sleep. But indeed, you see this, don't you? You actually see once you start working with folks, I'm coming back and saying, Nate, I'm sleeping better than ever.
Yeah, a common refrain we've heard from our clients and shareholders is that, the really thing that you guys bring is that you help me sleep at night, right? And just to know that, something I don't understand is taken care of. And, it's that kind of permeates to my entire life, right? So I feel a little bit more organized. My spouse is happy that I got this in order because it shows that thinking long term. And, you see yourself grow, you see your relationships grow. And, there's nothing is weird. You get kind of a little bit really happy when you start your first retirement account. So it kind of just like got into adulthood, and it's something that people are very proud of. So we can start for the beginning, or we can start you if you have all these old 401k's lying around. We can help you consolidate that and make sure that you're on the path to a good, nice retirement. Because even these seem small to you. Again, with the previous shows, we talked about the power of compounding.
Mm-hmm.
That little money can grow into a lot of money. So there's no really kind of de minimis amount of money. So, but you just gotta get started. As often we say on the show, with time is the most valuable element that's out there.
And Nathan, when you mention listening back and referencing previous shows, great opportunity, folks. If you head on over to wiscap.com, that's WISCAP.com, not only can you schedule a no-pressure conversation, you can also listen back to this in previous shows, podcasts. Again, those available at wiscap.com. That's WISCAP.com. Talking this morning about scattered 401k's and the problems that they can cause. A way to save yourself a couple $1,000s and not having to buy a new mattress because you're not sleeping well, oftentimes is declutter your life. We're going to continue our conversation with Tom and Nathan about how they can help at Wisconsin Capital Management. We will do that next as Ask the Experts with Wisconsin Capital Management continues right here on 1310 WIBA. 1310 WIBA and Ask the Experts. Talking this morning with Tom Plumb, Chartered Financial Analyst, and Nathan Plumb, Certified Trust Financial Advisor with an Executive MBA. Tom and Nate come to us from Wisconsin Capital Management. The website, wiscap.com. That's WISCAP.com. Don't forget, when you're at the website, you can listen back to this and previous shows' podcasts. You can also schedule a no-pressure conversation. All you got to do is scroll down. You'll see a bubble on the website that says schedule that consultation. Just click that, and you can start the conversation with them. Don't forget also, if you have a question from today's program, you can also ask it there as well. That available to you at wiscap.com. That's WISCAP.com. A lot of great information this week in the program. Let's talk a little bit about the process as we talk about the importance of clearing up those scattered 401k's and what types of problems they can cause for you, and certainly some things when you think about folks getting some of your benefits that you really had no intention of giving them to. That can create a whole host of issues, as we talked about in last segment. How then can Wisconsin Capital Management help you out in that area, Tom?
Well, Sean, as you mentioned, first you could click that little button on Wisconsin Capital Management and have a consultation, some type of discussion about the different issues that are facing you, including that I have this account or that account? Would you take a look at it? Does it make sense for me? And once you start that consultation process, some of the clients will want to work with us. And we try to make that as simple as possible. We literally sit down with you, call the HR department with you of your old employers, walk through each step, and get the accounts transferred into a single account that then allows you to see the big picture, as well as anyone working with you, any financial advisor like Wisconsin Capital Management.
Tom, is it gotten harder? I remember back when I first started working, the first place I worked that offered a 401k, I used to get like it almost was like a little phone book, and it had like all my options, and even after I left a job, it was kind of like an annual reminder that this 401k was out there. It seems now with everything's gone digital, and sometimes it's something as simple as an email or other things that folks see. It seems really easy to either delete it or block it going forward. I've got to guess as time's progressed, Tom, it's gotten a little harder for just average folks to keep track of some of these things.
Well, not only you keeping track of it yourself, but the company has to keep track of you.
Yes.
And if they send out something by mail and it gets returned, you might find after a couple of years that it's in the lost asset column at the Wisconsin Department of Financial Institutions will keep a list of that, and you'll be amazed at how many people have accounts they don't know about or forgot about. So it's important, as Nate has mentioned, to just get organized a little bit, get these things together, have it consolidate, have it current, including your beneficiaries and including your address, your phone number, your email address now. Many of us didn't have an email address when we started our business careers, and that may be the preferred way that that company or that HR department is going to try to communicate with you.
And Nate, this has got to be one of the most satisfying parts of your job, isn't it?
Yeah, it's it's really amazing that people really they're very grateful that we do go through it, and yeah, we're willing to actually physically sit down with you and help you make phone calls, help you make the right emails to get the right things going. Because, if you listen to the show, it's like, oh, I heard this. I know I need to do this. I've been putting this off. And then you're like, oh, now I'm scared. But yeah, we can walk you through that process. It's not the most fun to contact an old HR department, but we're happy to go through it because we're usually not emotionally invested.
It's good to have friends on your side, that's for sure, and it's a great day to start that journey. And again, the folks at Wisconsin Capital Management make it easy for you. They want it to be easy. They want to help clear your mind and, of course, clear up those old 401k's. Great day to head on over to the website, wiscap.com. That's WISCAP.com. Schedule that conversation right online. Again, the website, wiscap.com. That's WISCAP.com. And real quick, as we wrap up this week and kind of close things out, Tom, if there's just kind of one takeaway from you from today's program, what would your advice be to folks that are listening to the show?
Well, I think you want to clean up your old 401k's, but anything else that you have out there to actually put to work Maria Kondo on your finances is a very important step, and it helps so much for your peace of mind, the serenity that you can have on a day-to-day, and you don't have to worry about something because Nate and I and Wisconsin Capital Management can worry about it for you.
And Nate, as we look at that stuff, I know one of the great things is as Tom mentioned earlier, of course, a lot of us may not have had emails when we started our job. It's a great thing to start, and we live in that digital world now. Not only can you schedule an appointment from a computer, you can do it from your phone as well, can't you?
Yeah, you can go directly to our website. You can email us. You can call us. You can usually just walk through our door. So
Yes.
any way that you want to meet us, we're happy to do it.
And I love that no pressure conversation. It's a great opportunity today, right now. If you are sitting at your desk, maybe you're listening back to this podcast, or if you're in the car, take note, get to wiscap.com. That's WISCAP.com. When you get into the office this morning, or when you get to the computer, or again, you can do it right from your phone. Learn more about Wisconsin Capital Management. Even more importantly, this morning, again, it's no pressure, no obligation. If you want to start start a conversation, start that chat to learn more about Wisconsin Capital Management. Maybe you want to start that journey to clear up those old 401k's and really benefit yourself and your overall psyche. All you got to do is head on over to whizcap.com. Click on that blue bubble on the bottom of the website that says schedule a conversation. Again, no pressure, no obligation. That'll be complimentary. All you got to do is head on over to whizcap.com. That's WISCAP.com. It's always great chatting with both of you. Tom, you enjoy this great day?
Well, I sure will. Sean, thanks for the conversation.
And Nate, thank you so much for the great information this morning and reminding me of the show. I think I'm gonna have to go back and start watching it again.
All right. Well, hope everyone out there is getting outside and playing soccer and such.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This is Ask the Experts with Wisconsin Capital Management. Again, that website, whizcap.com. That's WISCAP.com. News comes your way next right here on 1310 WIBA.